All right, welcome to the Stat Card interview. It's me, Kevin. It's Matt. And on today's show, we have Ethan Page, all ego Ethan Page. He's an incredible wrestler on the independent scene. We caught him last night at the Evolve show, where it looks like he's got a real interesting feud brewing with Drew Galloway.
I'm excited to hear more about that. That being my first Evolve event, Evolve 65. He beat Travis Gordon pretty quickly. And so we're going to get his thoughts on that. He's joining us here on the phone, so let's get him on.
Hey, Ethan. It's Kevin and Matt. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice. Yeah. So we were just discussing your matches from last night. You know, it was a really incredible performance with all the action you were involved with in Evolve. You know, you had that really incredible match against Travis Gordon, where you really physically dominated that entire time. So what was it like working with Gordon?
It was good. He's definitely one of those next up-and-comers that has a lot of potential, and he's only been wrestling for a year, so all the power to him. And he's got a bright future for sure.
Yeah, it was really incredible. We've caught Travis at a lot of different various events, and to put on a great match like that against him, you know, it's definitely to be expected to get two incredible talents like that. And it really is impressive, too, seeing your work with Drew Galloway. I know Matt and myself were very curious to hear about that feud.
As far as Drew goes, like my two favorite matches I've ever had in Evolve, one of them is Johnny Gargano in the I Quit match, and the other one is myself versus Drew Galloway in the Anything Goes match. So he's someone that punishes you, but he brings the best out of me. So I mean, anytime I'm in the ring with him is a good time.
Of course, and I was actually wondering, being a fan of TNA, watching Galloway wrestle every week, I was wondering how this feud got started between you and him.
It was all because of me trying to get Johnny Gargano to forgive me, and him and Drew Galloway were tag team partners at the time. And then Drew Galloway turned his back on Gargano the same way that I did, so
Wow.
kind of just fit right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing Galloway in that role, because for people who watch TNA, they're used to seeing him be a hero, and it's just really interesting seeing how different wrestlers, you know, in certain promotions, they take on a different role. So it looks like in Evolve, he's definitely a little bit more in that heel role. What about yourself? Do you like to play face, heel, tweener?
Honestly, I more or less, no matter what role I'm doing, I'm just myself every single time. So whether I'm supposed to be perceived as a good guy or a bad guy, I'm still going to have that Ethan Page quality about me that you're going to be second-guessing whether I'm one or the other. So I guess tweener.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to be, I think. Just in terms of like a character or a storyline, you want to sort of be, you know, sort of individualistic. You want to like worry about yourself and how you're going to do. But with that being said, you also do a lot of tag team work with, especially Monster Mafia, you and Josh Alexander. What's it like, you know, what's your philosophy, say, on approaching a singles match compared to a tag team match?
Well, you have Ethan Page, singles wrestler, and then Ethan Page, tag team wrestler, where when I look at my partner, Josh, who's the technical and aggressive wrestler, that gives me the opportunity to be more of the fun-loving, joking, pull my bare ass out Ethan Page, because I can add the colorful strokes and he can add, you know, the serious end of our tag team. So, and then as far as moves and like, I don't know, getting our shit in, we have tag team moves, unlike many of tag team wrestlers. So we focus more on that than anything on our own as solo single stars.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you guys face off with EYFBO at Beyond Wrestling, and that was an incredible match, incredible tag team match. Now, is there a reason why? Do you guys always wear that type of ring gear with like the amateur wrestling background ring gear?
Yeah, like ear guards.
Yeah, that's just Josh's thing. I never wear the headgear, never have. But Josh got clipped in the ear at an AIW show with ACH, and it actually gave him cauliflower ear, and he had to go to the hospital to get it cut in Cleveland so that he could continue the tournament the next day. So to protect his ear, he picked up a set of headgear, and then ever since then, it's kind of just been his thing.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like how you guys definitely work as a team. It seems like you guys have been working together for a while. Yeah, how long have you guys been a tag team for?
Full time? Not. I wouldn't even. Right now, we're even a tag team full time. It's kind of just sporadic when people are interested in having Monster Mafia on a show. But for, I would say, maybe 2 years, we were steady tag team partners. It's just we have good chemistry, so.
Of course. And now, I'm sure you trained with him as well often. Is there anybody you like to train with? Anybody's style who you feel like fits yours when it comes to training for your matches and preparing?
As far as training goes, like to learn from?
Yeah, somebody you can go in the ring with before your match and, kind of trade off styles, basically, and prepare for your match with.
I don't know. That's a tough question because, I learned so much just by being in the locker room with all the best wrestlers in the world at Evolve. So, I mean, I can't really find any better place than that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and Ethan, I was just thinking back too to that tag team match with EYFBO. I think it was 2 months ago with Beyond Wrestling, and just some of the moves that were being pulled off, some of the risks that were being taken. I mean, we were seeing bodies being thrown everywhere. How much preparation does it take to pull off a match like that? Because I'd say pretty much stole the card that day. So how much work does it usually take to put on a classic like that?
Half an hour of sitting down and talking.
Wow.
Like I'm saying, Josh and I have such good chemistry that as soon as I have an idea, he's already halfway to the end of it and knows exactly where I'm going. So we rarely ever argue or disagree on anything. And as far as our tag team moves go, I mean, we do them all the time, and we have for years, so we perfected the art, I guess, so it's not that difficult.
That is really awesome, and you're still very young yourself. I mean, how long have you been wrestling for?
For 10 years.
Wow.
And so under whose lineage, who was it that trained you and kind of serves your role model?
No one really. And then Michael Elgin kind of took me under his wing after maybe 6 to 8 months. And then ever since then, still now, he still gives me advice and thinks very highly of me. So I appreciate that a lot.
So I saw that you were born in Canada, and Canada is really synonymous with being a legendary place for wrestling, one of the best places for wrestling in the world. Do you enjoy wrestling over there? Is there a certain spot that you like more than others, like United States or maybe other countries?
I love America. Everything that's there right now is doing great things for me, so I'm very grateful for every opportunity there. Can't wait to head out to England sometime next year. I've got it planned out. Can't really announce that yet, but I'll be going there soon. And I guess Japan would be really cool too.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. And now, when you are wrestling, what is the type of style you like to go for? Because I seen yesterday you pulled off, I believe you did a power bomb, and I was talking to my buddy about the match too. While we were watching it, it really seemed like you had the upper hand on Gordon for most of the match, and just the power bombs, the clotheslines and stuff. And we were just saying how much ring psychology actually goes into a match like that, because although one person seems to be dominating too, it takes a valiant effort from both competitors. Just the way he flipped, when you ran into him and clotheslined him, just flipped like a fish out of water, basically. And everything you guys did was very, very impactful, I believe. I believe it really put an exclamation point on the card yesterday.
Okay. So what was the question though?
So my question for you is, what is your favorite type to wrestle? What favorite style do you like to go up against? Do you like those speed, the powerful guys, or the in-ring technicians?
Honestly, my style, I never change for my opponent. So, like, I'm more entertainment wrestler than any. Like, I can do everything. I just choose to be what Ethan Page is as a whole. So, if I'm wrestling as Zack Sabre Jr., he can tie me up like a knot, but I'm not gonna go back with him in submissions. That's not my thing. So I love wrestling guys like that because it's going to give a different dynamic. I love athletic guys because then I have the ability to pull off more impressive maneuvers and have quicker pace matches because they're doing all the moving around, and I have the smarts to plan something that's exciting. So I like wrestling those guys as well. And then you got the guys like Drew Galloway, who I'm having no rules hardcore matches with, and fans love that. And I find it very easy to have those kind of matches as well. So out of those three, I'd like them all, to be honest.
And you said you were involved in an anything goes match, those kind of styles matches. What do you think is the most barbaric match as far as the abuse your body takes? What match do you think in your career thus far has been the most barbaric match you've been in?
Probably like an anything goes hardcore match. It's anything where I'm falling through tables or ladders or bleeding or being choked out by a chain or hit with chairs. I would say the most painful thing was this weekend, getting hit with chairs from Galloway.
Oh, does he just? I don't know. I can imagine Galloway. He's a big guy, so he's got to be what, 6'7", 6'8".
Maybe, 6'9".
Yeah, probably close to 300 pounds.
So I'm sure, yeah, when he's swinging that chair, that's not like an ordinary person hitting you with a chair.
No, he's killing you.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I tweeted a photo. Of my left elbow and my right elbow, just so people could see the difference between what my arm normally looks like and what my right arm looks like now. It's like swollen up like a balloon. There's no definition in it whatsoever. It's just absolute pain.
Well, yeah, no, I think we actually just had that up there. Do we have your Twitter page up on the monitor? So, oh yeah, you can just, yeah, like you said, there's almost like no definition in the post picture, which is really incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the things I find so admirable about professional wrestling and all the athletes that compete in it. Just because you guys are out there wrestling, who knows how many matches a week, who knows how many matches a day. You're constantly training wrestling. You got to put time in the gym. That has to put a lot of wear and tear on you guys. So it really is.
Definitely.
What's your training program normally like?
I try and get in the gym 5 to 6 days a week, and like when I'm on the road, I always try and get in the gym too. So I got killed on Saturday night with the chairs, and then the very next day I was in the gym training my back because I couldn't push anything with my triceps. So I thought, what can I do to get a workout in today? So I did back and pulls instead of pushing. So I got through it, but I needed to go to the gym. I got to keep going. So it's a constant grind.
Yeah, of course, I can imagine. And plus all the traveling you do, I'm sure any given weekend you could be all over the map.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely incredible. And one thing I was going to add too, just in terms of wrestling style, I definitely like watching your matches, and I think one of the reasons why is because sometimes when we watch certain wrestlers, we say, okay, this person's a little bit of this person's a little bit of that person. You can kind of see maybe what the influences are, but with your style, it really does look like it's your own. I really can't pinpoint it down, and that's really awesome for matches, especially when you're taking on, say, somebody like a Travis Gordon or you're taking on Drew Galloway. It's wrestling matches are great. What's that?
I put a lot of work into trying to really make myself as original as possible.
Yeah, it's really great. I mean, and the best thing about it is when you see your style against somebody else's, and you're really kind of getting a clash of worlds because it's not just there's probably nobody else that does the same style as you, so it's definitely unique.
Thanks.
Now you've faced off against several great wrestlers all around the country and whatnot. Is there anybody you haven't faced that you would like to face up against?
I've never had a singles match with Ricochet, and both of us have been dying to do it. It's just where he is in his career and me where in mine right now. Just not as possible as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely one singles match that I'm dying to have.
That would be really cool too. I mean, especially one day we did see Ricochet. We've seen him face off against Shinron at a Beyond Wrestling event in September. And also, we know you did Beyond Wrestling, so possibly if Ricochet ever comes back that way, you know, we might be able to see that dream match happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So currently, we know you're definitely tearing it up and Beyond and Evolve. Are there any other promotions you're working with?
Yeah, I love working with AIW in Cleveland. Currently their champion.
Oh, nice.
So I have a big show for them this Friday, July 22nd. It's their big WrestleMania show called Absolution that I'll be main eventing, defending my title. So, yeah, I'd like to give them a big plug. And then Freelance in Chicago is a regular thing as well. And Alpha One in Hamilton, Ontario.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and I see in your banner photo on Twitter, it looks like you're holding up the gold. Is that the
Yeah,
that's the title you'll be defending this Friday?
Yes, sir.
And who are you taking on?
Josh Alexander and Josh Prohibition.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's got to be one of my favorite kinds of matches, triple threat matches, just because, you know, I imagine from a ring psychology standpoint, it has to be very fascinating.
They're very exciting and fun matches because anything can happen.
Of course, and when you're in the ring, you probably also feel a lot of anger probably because it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get pinned to lose the match. One of your other opponents could get pinned, or and then people can break up pinfalls. If it's a one-on-one match, there is none of that. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. No walk in the park.
Nope, not for the champ.
So how long have you been their champion for?
Over 6 months right now.
Wow.
And it's my third time with the title. Only guy in the company that's ever done that. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely amazing. You know, tearing it up in a circuit like that. And what's it like working over in Ohio? Is it nice?
Great. I've been doing it for quite some time, and it's definitely become like a second home for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just seems like one of those states too that has a big wrestling presence.
Mm-hmm.
And so in terms of some future aspirations, I mean clearly you're very young, but you have a lot of experience under your belt. So I'm sure sky's the limit. If everything goes right, what's your career going to end up being like?
Hopefully WWE.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm sure with all the hard work you're putting in, it's, you can definitely do it. And you're in the right companies at the right time. So especially working with Evolve, it's a elite company.
Exactly.
So was yesterday you came to Massachusetts and whatnot. Do you often wrestle in Massachusetts or?
No, not that often.
Because up here it's crazy. Because we're from Mass, and New England wrestling is just insane. Sometimes the things that happen at these shows, they're really the best of the best matches. And I know you wrestled in, was it the Queens, New York for Evolve 64? Is that where it was?
Yep.
Awesome. Now, do you have any Evolve dates coming up that you'll be fighting at?
Yeah, the Evolve August 19th and August 20th, which will be in Baltimore and New York again at La Boom. So it'll be another big weekend for Evolve. And then in September, I believe it's the 10th and 11th of September.
Awesome. That's really good. Do you know your opponents yet for that, or is it to be determined?
No clue.
No. Must be really fun though to be doing this. And
Oh, yeah.
how long have you been with Evolve for?
Just over a year.
Oh, okay. That's pretty great.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Definitely looks like sky's the limit. You got plenty of events going on. I was actually wondering this. So, in terms of fan interactions, have you had any memorable ones? Have there been any members of the crowd that you interacted with, or maybe they said something to you that kind of sticks out in your mind?
With Evolve?
Just like in general, was there maybe like, because I know we've had some wrestlers come on the show and they'll talk about how they made fun of a fan in the front row, or maybe they ripped up a sign or something like that. Have you ever done anything funny involving a fan?
Yeah, I heard with all the fans when Triple H's music hit at Evolve, and I came out and did his entrance instead.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's how you really troll an audience. I'm sure
Yeah,
your
it was great,
fans
man.
loved it though. They're probably happier to see you than Triple H.
Oh, I don't know. Everyone was real excited when they heard his music.
Do you watch a lot of wrestling?
Honestly, not really. Just GIFs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That can be good. I mean, it depends. That leads me down another area too, because you're working with a lot of really diverse companies. So I'm sure some of them, they enforce, a story and a narrative and a character, and then there's other ones that focus strictly more on the wrestling and the matches. Which style do you prefer?
The storytelling.
Okay. So you do enjoy kind of like taking on a role and then maybe creating a drama around a match?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I have to agree with that. It adds much meaning to the match as well when you do something like that, because if you're having a one-on-one match, sure, you can appreciate the art that's taking place in the ring, but when there's a story and there's a feud, there's much more reason, and it feels like there's much more on the line. And so I definitely like that too, and I like the whole title, the title purposes in a company. I know some companies just go based off skill and they don't really look at the title pictures too much. They just want to have dream matches,
Yeah, exactly.
So when you grew up,
It's great.
what's
Story's
that?
a lot better. People are much more invested in the characters.
Of course, and you said you were an entertainer as well. So, did you watch back in the day? I'm sure you've seen The Rock, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle. You watch guys like that. Anybody you really, who was your favorite wrestler as a kid growing up?
Macho Man and The Rock.
Yeah, two really electric personalities there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, very charismatic. I mean, I think we can all just imagine Randy Savage trying to sell us, hey, to this day, I still eat Slim Jims every day, so it must be something about it. And, hey, I mean, I think The Rock, he was on Ballers, which aired last night. New episodes of The Rock. Definitely a cool dude.
Oh, yeah, busy guy that guy is.
Yep.
Now I know that you're an entertainer as well. Would you ever consider, outside of wrestling, going into acting, movies, like a TV show, something towards that direction?
Yeah, of course. I'm always interested in branching out and doing other things. I wouldn't say no to it.
Of course.
So, another question, too. So it seems like you're definitely a busy guy, always in the gym, training, working out, wrestling matches. What do you like to do in your spare time when you're not, training and wrestling?
Read comic books, hang out with my wife, take my dogs on walks, now catch Pokemon. Normal people.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, I know Matt over here is a big fan of Pokemon, too.
What level have you reached in Pokemon Go?
Oh, I don't know. It just came to Canada today, so I just signed up.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, you're going to enjoy it a lot. There's been a lot of buzz about it also being bad. So there's been a lot of negative buzz, but I think, no matter what, especially if you're like me and have an Android, basically Google is the interface. It pretty much runs the Droid phones. So Google, the GPS, when you use a GPS, it's pretty much the same thing. And people are saying how, they could track your location with this Pokemon Go. To me, it's a GPS, you know what I mean? And it's really cool to bring that to real life, because now you have something as a kid that you used to go around a map for hours just trying to find a Mewtwo or whatnot. I mean, I think you could only find a Mewtwo in a cave, but I remember like those. I'm trying to think of who it was. They had like Articuno and stuff that would pop up sometimes out of nowhere, and it's really cool because now it's coming to real life, basically.
Oh yeah, like I had to walk across a park to go get Pokeballs. And I was like, what the hell? It knows what this park is called? It's so bizarre.
Yeah, it is. And also, I'm not sure if you know, but you have to go near an ocean atmosphere to catch a water Pokemon, for instance.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really cool. Now, who would be your favorite Pokemon?
Probably Charizard.
Charizard, yeah.
I used to have the card when I was a kid. I was a cool kid in school. So.
Yeah, I think Charizard will always be my all-time favorite too. Just the character development as well, I don't know if you've seen that episode where Charmander was outside and it was raining out. Seeing Charizard is such like an innocent baby, you know what I mean? And then it turned into that little bit rebellious chameleon.
Yeah.
And Charmeleon was great. And then Charizard, I believe... Wasn't Charizard's debut episode, was it against Aerodactyl, I believe?
I don't know, but I remember Ash couldn't control him because he wasn't high enough, level or edges or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was just too out of control for his own good. He had so much power and didn't know how to use it. But it should be a really nice activity. I know you mentioned you have dogs too, so hey, you can hit a lot of birds with the same stone, right? You can go out, get some cardio, get some sunshine, take them out for a walk, and now you can catch Pokemon.
Right. I'm getting ready to do that in a couple of minutes.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult to do all at the same time, but hey, if you can do it. I mean, I guess that's why you're one of the most talented wrestlers right now on the scene, because you can just pull off many things at once, so that's going to be awesome. Now, before I let you go, any sports that you've ever taken interested in other than professional wrestling?
I mean, I did martial arts when I was a kid, but as far as as a fan, I couldn't care less about any sport that's on TV.
Really? So no hockey at all, huh?
No, I can't even skate.
It's awesome.
Well, there goes that. At least you got wrestling, though. You're doing pretty well there. So, where can fans catch you next?
Next, this weekend on Friday, is Absolution. And then I'm at Riverworks Wrestling in Buffalo the next day with Eric Bischoff. And then on Sunday, I'm in Oshawa for Eclipse Pro Wrestling. So I got a triple shot weekend. A lot of options for people to see me. You can see Ethan Page there. And for future dates, just follow me on Twitter at @OfficialEgo. It's pretty simple. And I'm really good at tweeting my events and chatting with my fans. So be interactive. That's what Twitter's for.
Of course. And also on your Twitter page, I see right here we got your pro wrestling tees. You have some really awesome t-shirts, and I like how you kind of combined real life things such as like cartoons and whatnot, like other things that aren't so related to wrestling, and you kind of link them with wrestling. So I think that's really awesome for your t-shirts as well.
Sounds good. I love it.
Is there a t-shirt in particular that you would prefer, like the one that you really, really like the most?
Of my own?
Yeah.
I love any of the ones with the screaming ego face that I stole from Kanye West. Those are all definitely my favorites. and I got one or two designs I'm waiting to release in a little bit that I'm a really big fan of. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw you had one yesterday. I believe did say 1989 on it, and it was like a leaf kind of.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's out right now on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Okay, so that's up there as well. Yeah, because I was gonna buy that one from you yesterday, but yeah, I'm gonna head over to the shop right now and purchase one. So.
Yeah, yesterday was a tough one. I didn't have that many left. Everyone picked up all the sizes in New York.
Oh,
Know what you mean?
Hey, bad problem to have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a good
I
problem to
wasn't that
have.
upset.
All right, so thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time out to speak with us today and give us a little background on your wrestling and Pokemon adventures, what have you. So yeah, thanks a ton. We appreciate it, and we'll probably be seeing you around. We'll definitely be going to a few Evolve events in the near future. So, and if you're ever at Beyond, we'll be there as well. So.
Well, awesome, guys. Thanks for supporting Evolve yesterday, and I'll probably see you guys there in December.
Awesome. Right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bye.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it. Thank you very much to Ethan Page for joining us in the program. I mean,
yeah, that was exciting. Just to learn. Learn about his wrestling background. He's definitely the entertainer when you see him in the ring. He's an entertaining personality. You know what I mean? And I think that's what you need. And honestly, it's like, that's exactly what... and he gives that meaning to wrestling. When you watch his match, it's like, yeah, he wants something more story-driven, because there's that purpose. It brings you in. It draws you to the match. And that's why I love the Crusade. The Crusade for Change. Like, hopefully they come across Ethan Page. Maybe they did backstage,
Maybe.
Just hopefully Ethan Page does not join a faction in Beyond Wrestling, because most factions that happen in Beyond Wrestling fall to the Crusade, and I would not want to see that happen. But
what if you joined the Crusade?
Ethan could join the Crusade. There's many members that people do not know of, and it's one big mystery. It's not like the NWO where it's like, oh hey, we got a new member every week. And me and Mr. Carter were speaking yesterday, and we had our meeting, and we were talking about how the Crusade is something that cannot be defined. The Crusade defines wrestling. And what it is it's bringing purpose to wins and losses. It's showing who the better person is in the ring. It's not like, oh, I'll lose 3 in a row and still be booked for events. The Crusade is here to show, why wins and losses are important. And I think Ethan Page really reminds me of that kind of character in a way, because he wants to bring a mean to his match. And he doesn't try to... And now we've talked to a lot of people who match up with the person they're in the ring with. Like, okay, if you're this type of guy, I'll train to face you. But when you could just go into a match and follow the same formula as far as each competitor goes, it's really cool. It's similar to, like, you make this really good steak sauce in a way. It's like synonymous with this. You make a very good steak sauce. You cannot just use it on your steak, you can use on all your meats. And I feel like he's that really good steak sauce.
The other thing is like this. This is how I like to think about
They
it.
call Tracy Williams hot sauce. Well, let's start calling him steak sauce. all ego steak sauce, Ethan Page.
Or
Because
maybe
he is. He's like a fine steak sauce. You know what I'm saying?
maybe he could branch off, kind of like JR, and make his own steak sauce.
That would be cool. This guy, yeah, you can tell. He's talented in more... obviously wrestling he's great at, but you can tell that he's open to a lot of stuff. Like we talked, there's that possibility of acting and whatnot, and just a really good guy, and I wish him the best, and WWE is that goal.
Yeah.
And I think with the Cruiserweight Classic, WWE must have some kind of eyes on Evolve's program at the moment. Hopefully WWE caught an eye at Beyond Wrestling, because Beyond Wrestling is very good as well. And of course, with Ciampa wrestling in both promotions as well. It was just really good. I hope to see him in Beyond Wrestling, hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah, and just to say a little more about his wrestling style too. To compare it, I know like you compared it to steak sauce, which is interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
I like it, but I was thinking more like an MMA thing. So if you think about how certain people approach fights, like say Ronda Rousey's a really good example. You know, she won her first 12 fights by using judo and arm bars and stuff like that, submissions. But then when she took on Holly Holm, she tried to box her. And guess what happened? Holly Holm won. So I like that Ethan Page is like, all right, I'm not going to wrestle your style. You're going to have to wrestle my style. You're going to have to go at my pace. And he's definitely in a position to do that because, I mean, he's a pretty big guy. He's got a good stature about him. And, you know, he's obviously very determined. And, yeah, it looks like he's got it all together. So I can see him definitely reaching for the stars and getting up there.
Yeah, and I mean, to go across what he's done this weekend, I mean, as it says right at the top here on his Twitter page, it says he took a beating with Che at Evolve 64, got his revenge at Evolve 65. Basically, yesterday he won his match. Didn't Galloway try to wipe him out at first? Galloway came out to the ring and whatnot. But then at the end, he got the last laugh. At the end of the main event, Ethan Page came basically to the guy that he turned his back on in the past. As he was saying, him and Gargano were you know, pretty tight. He turned his back on Gargano, realized it wasn't the best decision, and you know, now he's making up for it. It's like, okay, you know, Drew, like, yeah, I made the wrong decision. Drew followed Page's his
Action.
direction. Yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, you turned your back on Gargano, I am too. We don't know what's going to happen. Page has aligned again with Gargano, and he's going after Galloway. However, this could all be an inside job to take out Gargano.
Hey.
You never know.
It would be smart. He said to basically expect the unexpected with his character.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want you to know where he's going, so...
And that's always a good thing, because you never know. And wrestling is about being the best. So even if that means taking out Gargano, even if it means taking the owner and promoter of the event, bringing them out to the ring and beating the crap out of them until you get what you want, anything can happen. I would love to see it happen.
Yeah, there you go. You said it.
So yeah, that was an awesome interview, and it's about 8.
Almost time for Raw. I heard they're announcing the GMs for the shows tonight.
And I heard that we got our expert analyst Ben and our
Producer.
he's
Manager.
like a producer and a manager, and he's like, but like he calls himself the Stack Card Jobber.
Oh, no.
I don't know why he likes that nickname, but Nicholas is here as well, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get to watching some garbage. I mean Raw. No, I mean I'm hoping that Raw will be good tonight and tomorrow night. I'm really expecting big things, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, because sometimes when I expect big things, it's like, man, is your main event really like Big Show versus like Braun Strowman? You know what I mean? You just never know.
Hey, man, we know that there's a world title match on tonight. Dean
That's
Ambrose
true.
against Seth Rollins.
That's true, but what we don't know is possibly Reigns coming out and
Hey, dude, he's suspended.
Either
30
way,
days
Either way, a triple threat match will take place
at Battleground.
At Battleground.
At
So-
WWE Battleground.
WWE Battleground. So honestly, it doesn't really matter who wins tonight, because in the end, it's up for grabs.
Still, you can add another notch in your belt.
True.
Literally.
Possibly the champion going into the event has the advantage, because they already kind of have that, like, it's like, for instance, you're playing Madden. It's really hot in here.
Yeah.
The AC's right in back of me. We have it on. I love how it got this candle, too.
Yeah.
You were, like, holding the phone. I'm like, see, what we do in the Stack Card, we always find, like, innovative ways to make things work on the spot. Wow, the candle smells good.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
I got a nice new one from Stop and Shop. I got like a lavender I don't even know what brand it was, but it was good.
Stop and Shop has candles?
They have a very good selection. Yeah, they have a very good.
Are they, like,
I
cheap?
feel like we're doing an ad for the Stop and Shop, but if you want things that smell good, go to Stop and Shop because they also have Glade plugins.
Yeah.
They have the craziest flavors there. They have right now. I haven't plugged it in yet because I'm finishing up my vanilla one or something, French vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got like some like crazy berry one. It's like blueberries and strawberries. It's
Wow.
like, all right.
Yeah. Is it like the candles cheap though?
The candles are candles are cheap. The
Channels.
candles are cheap.
No, but are they like good material?
Oh,
Like, will they?
The best.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good because how much would you say? Like $10 for a big, good sized jar, maybe?
Yeah, it's like $10 for one this size, but maybe just instead of being really compact, kind of like taller, but more
Okay.
narrow.
All right, not bad at all. Yeah, because
I'm doing that horse thing right now. Stretching my legs are killing. I was standing at work today, so
wow.
for a
It's-
few hours.
It's never easy doing it standing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, candles.
Yeah. So I think that's
I forget
it.
what I was saying. I was saying something
saying-
about WWE.
We were talking about the main WWE title match and
I was
WWE
saying- I was
Battlegrounds.
saying about the title match. Oh, I was basically saying the champion usually is like that guy who goes into the match with the upper hand just because it's like you facing somebody on Madden, for instance, online, and they got like your team is like a 91 overall, but then they got all 99s across the board. It's like even though you know you're very skilled and you have a pretty decent team, you know that guy is the guy to beat, So I think going into title matches definitely has that psychological effect on you. And he's going into his match, Ethan Page, going into his match Friday as the champion. So let's hope he walks out champion. He's been champ for over 6 months.
Yeah,
So
it's a good reign.
yeah, and
Half
I
a
think
year.
he said it's one of the longest reigns.
Oh, he's had the belt 3 different times, which
Yeah.
is a record.
Yeah, so awesome. And you're wearing your Cesaro section shirt and yeah.
You know it's Monday night.
Yeah, you know it's Monday night when someone wears a Cesaro shirt. You wore your Shinsuke shirt last time?
Yeah, and I may
Cesaro
be
shirt.
unveiling a new one this Friday, so you have to tune in to see what I wear.
Unveil it all.
Actually, yeah, I got a really, I got this. You know, it's a good shirt when I have to like debate whether or not I can wear it on the show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's just say it's themed by Tom Segura and your mom's house,
Oh,
so you can only imagine where it's going. But I think
Hopefully
it
it
can pass
has
the
nothing to do with dinky and diarrhea. But
I mean, I'm not gonna openly state what it means, but
well,
use your imagination.
as soon as I get my All Ego Ethan Page
Yeah.
shirt in the mail, I'll be wearing that on the podcast. I got a Crusade shirt, so.
Yeah, you wore that a couple weeks ago.
I wore it one time, yeah. And I would wear it every time because I love the Crusade. But something about me when it comes to fashion is that I need to change it up. Like this shirt I didn't wear for 2 weeks. I can't wear the same shirt more than 2 times within like more than 1 time.
Now, how do you keep track of
A
this?
week or 2.
Just in your mind?
I just remember, the last time I wore this was 4th of July, so I had to give it those couple of weeks before I wore it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. I'm like that, especially with work clothes, because I tend to wear those more than any other clothes.
Because
So.
people see you, but sometimes they don't see you every day. They only see you certain days. And if they see you wearing the same shirt, like, you know what I mean? Whenever you bump into them, even though you don't wear that every day,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, didn't you wear that the last time you saw me? So that's why.
Yeah, we don't want people thinking that we only own one shirt. Come on.
Yeah.
Even people in the streets have like pretty decent selections. I don't know. I don't know.
And you know what?
It's
If you
fun.
wanna buy T-shirts, and you do need T-shirts, and a lot of you wrestling fans could use some event shirts. Go to the Pro Wrestling Tees, Ethan Page, get a bunch of T-shirts. I think there's like 36 some. There's like
Yeah.
I think there's like 3 pages worth of. Ow, frigga! I hit my elbow. I think there's like 3 pages worth of T-shirts. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna get this uploaded now, so
I'm already fanning my shirt.
I was fanning my shirt, and I never do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had this weird feeling in my arm today. I feel like my veins are like begging for oxygen.
Man. Well, we'll have an update on that this Friday when we're live.
Yeah.
Maybe we're live. I don't know. It might be on what's it called? Recorded delay or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when we're on record delay.
That's what they used to do in the 80s. Imagine like NBA finals. It would be filmed in advance, then they would air it like SmackDown.
Impact.
Like Impact.
It's like everything was an Impact taping.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think we're gonna cut it.
Okay.
I don't want to cut it. I kind of want to do a full show, but it's really hot.
SmackDown's basically SmackDown's on today's Raw. Feels like everybody only cares about tomorrow's show.
Honestly,
draft.
yeah. I mean, tonight we get the reveal of the GMs, but if it's Daniel Bryan, I mean, whatever, you know. And stupid Brie Bella, I love Brie Bella. She's always been like my second wife to Sophia Bush, but she put on her Twitter, can't wait till hashtag SmackDown Live. And she put like, so she's insinuating like, okay,
Maybe she'll be drafted.
yeah.
Maybe she's coming back. Maybe she's not retiring.
I wish she was coming back, but I think she's insinuating that, you know, Daniel Bryan is gonna, and that sucks. It really does suck. I love Daniel Bryan as a wrestler, but like, I want someone we haven't seen in a while, someone surprising. That's like, I don't know. That's like,
Why don't they bring back HH?
yeah, it's like Triple H becoming.
No, the other HH.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's like saying a slur on the show. I mean.
Yeah, he wouldn't last.
Yeah, no.
That wouldn't be good.
Welcome to Tuesday Night Raw. I mean, SmackDown. Shit.
And the Minnesota Dome. I mean the Superdome.
We're in the Silver Dome, brother. Hulk at Superdome. Oh, Superdome. Yeah, I mean, the greatest days of Hulk Hogan. And I respect the guy for, you know, what he's done for the wrestling business, but my greatest days of Hulk Hogan was those TNA days, and I still watch TNA every week with the Bully Ray Aces and Eights. Basically, it was the Bullet Club before the Bullet Club.
It was.
Had like Gallows, not Kenny Anderson. Actually, it did have Kenny Anderson, but Mr.
Yeah.
Anderson. So a different Anderson, and and same thing, same attire and everything, pretty much. And Hulk Hogan would start the show off. Sometimes he'd come out to the ring. He's like, "Welcome to Impact," and like look around, try to get a reaction. Like, is anyone cheering yet? It's like, dude, I don't know. Hulk Hogan was too much in TNA, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, TNA is my favorite company in the world, other than Beyond Wrestling. I'll talk more about Beyond Wrestling and my love for it this Friday, because this is just an interview show, so I'm going to end it here. But we're going to talk about Beyond, yesterday, Flash. We're going to talk about American Rana this Friday. We're going to talk about Evolve 65. You know, I just have to throw those little dirty plugs in towards the end of each show. Yes,
Easter eggs.
65. And yeah, we'll talk about this draft. This Friday might be one of our biggest shows, just because
It could be. There's going to be a lot to discuss. So
all
yeah.
this breaking news. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Who knows what's going to happen between now and Friday or Saturday or whenever we do this.
whenever we do this show, yeah. So
Sounds great. I can't wait for it.
me either. I'm getting myself excited.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so we'll catch you later.
Peace out.
Till next time on the Stacked Cookie Card Lunchbox.